Alright. Hey, what's up guys? Chelsea, welcome back to Fate Grand Order Tunguska Sanctuary. Last time we met Taigong Wang and Dobrynya and had to fight Ivan the Terrible again. So yeah, you know, that doesn't give me good feelings about what we have to deal with going forward. Yeah, I think we'll probably have to fight all the super bosses from all the Lost Belts again, which, I mean, could be fun. I suppose it could be fun. Also, I got Castoria's bond up yesterday. Didn't get CL. Unfortunately. Didn't get diddly squat. So that's unfortunate. I'm really starting to lose hope here. Cause only got a week left and things ain't looking hot on that front, so you know. I hope I get her. I'm running out of options for pulling for her. I can maybe get Bazit to bond up and then the monthly summon tickets. But Bazit hitting bond up is iffy. She might make it or she might not, I don't know. But anyway, hey V6, hey Arnold. I guess we'll just get started, but yeah, we left off having just beat Ivan, and now we're headed off somewhere. I don't remember where they said they were taking us. Somewhere, somehow. Okay, this looks like a nice little, a quaint little lake. Yes, this should do nicely. Now let's continue where we left off. Lost kin have two distinct behavioral patterns. Either they remain on standby in a given area, or they patrol a predefined route at regular intervals. But this place is far away from both any areas they populate generally, and their patrol routes. Okay. So it should be relatively safe. Fo. Fo, you shouldn't get too close to the river. Fish, Fo. Oh wow, there really are a lot of fish here. Are they edible? Is the question. Yep, they're tasty. Okay, apparently they are. Thank you, Gita. I see. Want one? Oh, really? Gosh, how can I say no to an offer from a pretty girl? Yeah, I guess. Hard to refuse, huh? Remind me, Lemon. Do dragon can eat fish? You were just thinking of Sol Mounier, weren't you? Anyway, how the hell would I know what a divine dragon eats? You know what? Fair enough. Gun to my head, I would guess meat, though. Oh, and booze. I think they really like booze. Yeah, that's a fair guess. If you're going to do some fishing, would you like some help? I'm a fairly good fisherman myself. I mean, it's literally in your noble phantasm, so yeah, sure. Oh right. You were famous for your fishing, weren't you? In some parts of the world, your name is even closely associated with the with fisherfolk and fishing enthusiasts. I didn't know that. It's true. True, but of course I didn't come here to eat fish. I'm here to hunt a fox, a beast who has it out for all of humanity. Huh, you don't see that every day. Even though you've materialized as a rogue servant, you're obviously also fully cognizant of your directive from humanity. Does that mean it was the world itself that summoned you? Not just this place? Ah, yes, something like that. Okay, that's a really cagey answer. Alright. Then does that mean you were sent by the counterfort? Oh, no. It's nothing as clearly defined as that. Alright, this may not be the time to be modest, so I'll just go ahead and say it. The audio keeps glitching. The truth is, giving everything I can do, it would have been entirely plausible for me to have materialized as a Grand Caster. So why didn't you materialize as a Grand? Because she's not fully mature, maybe? Huh? What? Seriously? What's up? You catch a fish already? No? No, not yet. A Grand Caster. That's right. A Grand Caster. Though I suppose a Grand Rider wouldn't have been out of the question either. Point is, I easily qualify for some form of Grand Servant, but for some reason I materialized in an ordinary Rider spirit origin. Maybe because of the special... like, curse or whatever on this zone. It, like, suppressed your power. Or your potential power. That could maybe make sense. And furthermore, since I'm constantly using Feng Shui to bend the rules, so I can just barely avoid being sent away, I'm afraid I'm currently a far cry from my true strength, embarrassing as it is. So you really are a serious beast hunter, a professional beast exterminator. But right now you've materialized in a standard spirit origin. Still, having you on our side is going to be a big help. Foe! Regardless of my spirit origin state, there is still just one thing humanity wishes of me. My job here is to eliminate the Beast 4 candidate, who's been running around doing whatever she pleases. It's not easy, let me tell you. Between humanity itself and Lord Yonshi Chanzun, it seems I always end up working for total slave drivers. I see. Is that some sort of Kunlun Mountains joke? Because otherwise I'm afraid I'm not sure how to respond to a sudden reference to one of the most supreme beings in all of mythology. If it was a joke, I can't say it was all that funny. Well, that being said, I'm afraid I've also lost a fair amount of magical energy, which is why I would like to ask for your help. Oh, not at all. We're the ones who would be grateful for your help. Let's fight her together, Taigong, Nikitich. Well said. It would be my pleasure. Same. As for the fish, I should catch some soon. Waiting impatiently. What a lineup. Alright, well, Nikitich handles the fishing. Why don't we get to our information exchange? Alright. Yada yada yada, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, yada yada, blah blah blah. So the Yagas, those beastmen are from the Russian Lost Belt. And the giants are from the Scandinavian Lost Belt. So what did she collect from the Chinese Lost Belt? The tanks. Mash, we literally fought tanks that she reproduced literally in LB6. Mash, we literally... Oh, okay. We still don't know. We haven't encountered anything from there yet. Let me hazard a guess. Was there by any chance some sort of... Yes. Mash, we literally... I mean, I guess we haven't fought any here, to be fair. But we know she has them. Was there by any chance some sort of tiger-headed tank in the Chinese Lost Belt? Yes, there was. There was, wasn't there? I see. I had a feeling those lost kin were from the Chinese Lost Belt. But those were machines, not living creatures. Ah, well, they're living creatures here. Or at least the tiger heads I saw in this territory were. They growled and everything. Oh. That's a little bit disturbing, just a living tiger head on a tank. Or maybe the inside of the tanks also have like organs and whatnot. Still, that's pretty gnarly. So from what we've seen and what you've told us, Koyanskaya's forces here are basically a smorgasbord of things she scooped up from the Lost Belts. Yeah. In general, yes. The 6 types of lost kin mostly stick to their own territories, except for the few that go out on patrol. The lost weapons, on the other hand, exist to defend their bases and provide additional military power when the situation calls for it. Just like that reproduction of Ivan the Terrible was doing earlier. Indeed, both the kin and weapons have been positioned extremely effectively in their deck. Koyanskaya knows exactly where the Slan's ley lines are, so even after you kill some kin, new ones come to replace them at regular intervals. Oh. So the kin basically respawn infinitely, and you two have been fighting them all on your own. That's all the more impressive considering you've been in the middle of enemy territory this whole time. Yeah, that must make it really easy to die here, huh? Yeah. Indeed, but fortunately I've always had a knack for staring danger down and running away. You know what? Being able to run away effectively is a viable survival strategy, so I won't rag on you too much. That said, thoroughly exterminating the kin does give you some time to breathe, so fighting them is hardly meaningless. So Koyanskaya completely controls the ley lines here, huh? That's gonna make it pretty hard to put down summoning circles. I'm afraid so. Still, like I said earlier, neither the kin nor the weapons have any sort of data connection to Koyanskaya or her headquarters. They're disconnected from her magical energy too. They're all completely independent. So unless you get extremely close to Koyanskaya's castle at the heart of this place, it's very unlikely she'll even know you're here. Her castle, huh? Is it that tiny building in the middle of that white zone? That actually jump scared me. There, I got some fish. Thanks. That's what I call old school. Yeah. Oh no, you're completely soaked. Are you okay? I'm fine. Drip, 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 drip. Shaking herself dry like a dog. They're all dry. Wait, no, I'm all wet. That reminds me. Do those ears mean you're the personification of some kind of animal, Nickety? You're really good at shaking yourself dry, too. Wow. You just went there, Ibuki Doji. Oh? You want to know about my ears? Yes, I've been wondering myself, Nikitich. Are you a beast man? No, I'm not. She's not. But my beautiful wife was a brave giantess hero. And she was closer to beasts than humans. So those are your wife's ears? Ah, so you're keeping your mate's love as a protective charm now that you're a heroic spirit? That's so sweet. Aha. So that's why you're in female form. Nope. Ew. Then again, maybe not. Well, which is it? Ew. then your ears and appearance are some form of protection from your wife. Well, which is it? I don't think she knows. I guess that will remain a mystery. Now then, I have a hypothesis I'd like to share with you. It pertains to what exactly is keeping human history's heroic spirits out of this place. Easy as it would be to tell you now, I'd like you to give me some time to prepare. Okay. Oh, why's that? Because there are some things I need to explain for you to fully understand. That's why you need to learn more about this place, and to do that, there are 2 spots in particular I would like to show you. Seeing them for yourselves will be much faster than me just explaining things. But most importantly, it will greatly change your understanding about the ruler here, Koyanskaya. What's more, it should help you understand why heroic spirits like Neketich and Lady Ibukidoji are able to stay materialized here. Man, you really do like to take your sweet time getting to the point, don't you, Taigong Wang? Or would you prefer Lord Taigong Wang, a grand servant candidate? When you put on a presentation, you should make every point count, right? I guess. I've always been a stickler for these kinds of details. And besides, there really are some things out there that words alone just can't do justice to. At least, that's how I felt about it. I can't guarantee you'll feel the same. I see. What do you think of all this, Ritsuka? Mash? They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? May as well see what he wants to show us. Are we moving out? That's fine. But let's eat the fish first. I'll cook it. I'm sorry, Nikitich, but I don't think making a smoky campfire is a good idea. Yeah, probably not. Then use an art. That's your solution? I don't remember if it was a sage art or some Taoist technique or what, but you had something that lets you cook fish, right? You know the one. It even lets you season the fish perfectly with as much salt, pepper, and anything else you like. Now go on, do it. I already stuck them on sticks and everything. Oh, very well. I feel like this is a bit of a waste for magic, but you know, if he didn't argue, I guess it's fine. Oh, that smells good. Those fish are cooking up so quickly. Man, I wish I could do that. Me too, man. Just wow. Oh, it's just something I came up with myself. I do love fishing, and I figured it'd be so much better if you didn't have to wait until you got home to eat the fish you caught. I guess. That's amazing, Taigong Wang. No wonder your name is synonymous with anglers. Huh? It is? Well, gosh. Now you're going to make me blush. I don't know if that should be making you blush, but okay. The fish are almost done. First we eat, then we get going. You can't fight at your best on an empty stomach. Besides, you all look like you're really young. So go on, eat up. You need to eat to recover your strength, especially when you've been fighting one battle after another. Then we go on to the next one. Well, I'm convinced. Let's eat. This seems like a good chance for us to eat too. Maybe I'll also make fish. A nice soleil à la meunière could hit the spot right now. You rang? No, I didn't ring for you, morning call. What to make? Fuff fuff. Munch munch. Munch munch. Oh wow, this is delicious. Not too hard, not too soft. It smells great too. And it's just as light and refreshing as the best freshwater fish I've ever had. Oh my gosh, this is yummy. No, it's downright scrumptious. I think I'll have seconds. Mo. Huh, I guess dragons do eat fish. It talked? Falked? Fo? Let me introduce you properly. This is my faithful horse. An evil dragon cursed him and turned him into a dragon, but he's still a horse at heart. Be nice to them, dragon. Huh, I didn't know that. I'm Ibuki Doji. I still don't remember all that much about myself. But it's still nice to meet you. Oh god. No. I just know there's one artist out there who ran wild with this. Oh no. Ba-bump. Damn, I can't believe how pretty this dragon is. The pleasure's all mine, Ibuki. Well, he's not the first talking horse I've seen. That's true, though you certainly don't see, horses this eloquent every day. We've met, what, 2? Technically? Because red hair and Achilles is... Well, yeah, no, Achilles... Well, yeah. Achilles' horses... Or one of them, anyway. So... although we do have one of them... we do have one of them in Caldia. He's a perfect gentle horse. I'm dropping frames. Internet, why? Okay. The connection stabilized. Xantos? Yeah, that sounds right. I don't remember which one it was, because he has 3, but I think only one of them talks, right? Yeah, Xantos sounds right. I see. Good manners are... well, good. Oh, that reminds me. Be careful around my mount, Mashinritsuka. He's a bit of a lecher. Oh. I'm sorry? He loves women, so if he ever nuzzles your butt or something, just do this. Making a fist and swinging it down. Oh. Oh yeah, you do see male animals that have a thing for human women like that. Especially young human women. Wait, why do I remember that of all things? That's weird. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll be careful, thank you. Keep a watchful eye on the dragon. Ah, you're gonna be careful now? Damn. Phooey. And here I thought I could get to know some new hotties nice and intimately. Okay. Oh well, who cares? You're still gonna end up straddling me in the end. Yeah, on your back maybe. Not anything else. There, see? He took the perfectly innocent act of mounting a steed and made it dirty. You just earned yourself one of these. Making a fist and swinging it down. Ooh, baby! Oh god, hurt me like you love me. Stop it, stupid horse! That's it, no dinner for you today. What? Come on, master, anything but that. For weak. Alright. Could I speak to you for a moment, Chamomile? Come on, Chubbs, don't leave the oven unattended. Anyway, what is it? I don't think this is all my imagination, but just to be sure. We're not in Bremen, and these are no town musicians, right? No, they're not. Is Phil calling him weak or a freak? Yeah, I kind of had that thought too. I assume weak. But maybe the W's just there to help transition it from the foe into the... I don't know. I'm gonna say probably weak. But... both would fit. Go, my mount. You got it, boss. Let's go, let's go, let's go! They got on the dragon's back and took to the skies above the forest. Taigong Wang advised them to be cautious and avoid contact with the lost kin, as they made their way to a canyon off in the distance. The white dragon's powerful wings carried them quickly, and it wasn't long before they arrived at their destination. After a careful survey of their surroundings to ensure there were no lost kin nearby, the dragon brought them down for a landing. There, the canyon's surprising sights stretched out before them. What's so surprising? Oh! Dog, sheep, goat, duck? Duck because of the feet. Ram, donkey, long hair sheep, fucking lemur, the striped tail lemur. Or not striped, but you know, ringed lemur for the tail. Oh no. Oh wow, you don't see animals like that every day. Though they do look like they're natural four-legged beasts. Nope, I can't remember ever seeing animals like that before. Thanks for meeting us here, Ibuki. Any lost kin see you? Don't worry, I scouted ahead before I came here. We should be good. I saw 3 groups of them on the ground, and none of them looked to be all that strong. So what's the deal with those animals? These are some of the things I wanted you to see. They're much easier to show than describe. So do you happen to know what those animals are called? Foe. No, I don't. Physically, the closest animal I can think of is a goat. but they diverge too much to be a species of goat. Yeah. A goat, or maybe a sheep? With those legs, I don't think so. I give up. I have no memory of anything like them, and they don't match any entries in the Borders copy of Chaldea's database either. If they're not normal animals, maybe they're phantasmals? That's definitely possible. They could well be paranormal, beings from the realm of mystics, similar to demonic beasts and phantasmals. Well, not belonging to any standard creature's genealogical tree. Still, I don't know. I get the sense that they're just ordinary animals from the natural world, in no way associated with mystics. They seem that way to me too. They do seem a little too rustic to be phantasmals, and they absolutely look like they have a place in the food chain as well. Indeed, indeed. Let me cut right to the chase. Those animals are not native to Tunguska. They're also not phantasmals, nor do they have any notable amount of magical energy. And yet they are the predominant form of life here, with no predators to worry about. So they're at the top of the food chain? They form herds, you see. They start in very small groups, then expand into vast herds. Let's see, I'd say there are several hundred of them to a herd, just in this canyon alone. You mean out here? In this environment? That's right. Well, strange. Regardless of whether these creatures are herbivores, carnivores, or omnivores, I don't see any food sources around here. This is only a colony. They hunt for food elsewhere, primarily in rivers and woodlands. Or rather, those whose vocation's hunting do it for them. Huh? I'm sorry, what? Did you just say vocation as in job? Yes, I did. The first thing you should know is these creatures have families. They also form settlements, have different roles according to their profession, and otherwise contribute to their settlements, that is, their society. Though of course the children are exempt from such responsibilities. Incidentally, they have a very diverse set of professions. And since they've formed a society, you could also say they're social creatures. Wait, hang on. That sounds like certain kinds of insects, or maybe even humans? Humans? Right, Senpai. In the Russian Lost Belt, humankind altered themselves to adapt to the harsh new environment. If something similar happened in this area, then... No, I'm afraid that's not it. Please don't misunderstand. Those creatures are absolutely not humans. But I suspect they have been designed to be the most human-like creatures here. Even if they do lack the capacity for self-awareness. Okay. Well, the baby's cute. The adults, not so much, but the baby's cute. Take a look at that. Those creatures have been designed to favor familial love above all else. You mean like humans? Good question. Makes you uneasy, doesn't it? I felt the same way when I first learned about this. Unfortunately, Nikitich just hasn't cared at all every time I try to tell her how strange this is. Of course. You don't need to explain the obvious. That's what obvious means. See what I mean? Now then, let me share another important fact with you while you're processing this new information. These creatures are not the only oddity to be found here. Huh? You mean there's still more? Like what? The start, there's not so much as one creature in this entire place that we actually recognize. Well, okay, that may not be true of the microorganisms, but I have not had the means to check on that. However, it is true of the insects, the fish, the trees. Every single living thing you see. Even those freshwater trout we ate earlier weren't actually trout. They may have looked like trout, but their internal organs and such, they're arranged like no fish I've ever seen. Huh. So every animal here is a new species. Exactly. This place is a biologist's dream. Outside the special region, discoveries of new species are few and far between. But here, there's one around every corner. And what's more, you can't even tell which genealogical tree they might have evolved from. I'm not really up to date on modern science, but I can get by quite decently with my feng shui. And even so, I have no clue how these creatures could have evolved the way they did. Not even an inkling. Nothing about their composition or their ecology makes any sense. As far as I can tell, they shouldn't even exist. You're sure about that? I am. Why would Koyanskaya do something like this? That is the question, isn't it? Sadly, I'm as clueless as the rest of you there. All I can say for sure at this point is what I've observed for myself. As to what this place's ruler might be up to... A new Earth? Maybe? Or a new... No. The Chaldeans decided that they should verify Taigong Wang's claims for themselves, and set about making their own observations and collecting samples. They made sure to send video captures of their efforts to the Shadow Border. They did not have advanced specimen collection kits with them, but they did have basic ones in the Ortonax's storage compartment. Convenient, so they used those and transmitted the data back to the border. Following a bit of field research, the Shadow Border's crew had enough data to analyze. About an hour later, Chaldea finally had a solid understanding of this region's unique properties. Taigong Wang had been telling the truth. This environment was as far removed from human histories as the Lost Belts. Furthermore, unlike the Lost Belts they had encountered so far, there were no humans. Not a single solitary person to be found anywhere. There were no creatures obviously capable of speech, nor were there any who formed culture or civilization. While there were large herds at the top of the food chain, there were no creatures standing above it. There were no humans anywhere to be found. While there were some creatures who formed groups like humans, there was no sign of any actual humans. There were no signs of settlements, no leftover traps from hunters who had set foot in the woods. Not even any sign of one getting lost and making camp for a night. There should have been at least a few traces of such things in the old Tunguska forest, and yet there weren't. No! It was a world full of strange, unknown plants and animals and nothing more. It's like a sanctuary for creatures that don't exist on Earth. It's beautiful. Yes, it is. I'm not quite sure how to put this into words, but I think there's something beautiful about this landscape too. So that's how you two feel about this, huh? You don't hate or fear these things because they're new and unfamiliar, Instead, they excite you precisely because they're new and unfamiliar, much like explorers charting new lands. Perhaps that's due to your unwavering bravery, or to your youthful states of mind. Huh? Did you hear that? Looks like these young people have good heads on their shoulders, Taigong Wang. I'm not sure that means as much as you might think. Coming from an eternally young warrior like yourself. At any rate, now that you've seen this for yourselves, there's something I can finally tell you. This primeval landscape you see here is only one side of the special region. There's also a second, very different side to it. A second side? I call the one you're seeing now the Life Zone. The Life Zone is truly the cycle of nature writ large. It's a place where any form of violence, other than what's strictly needed to acquire food, doesn't exist. A place where life is rich and abundant. A paradise.
So what's the other side like? Yeah. Makes it seem like there's, makes it sound like this is the happy fun zone, and there's a not so happy fun zone.
The other side is the exact opposite of paradise. In a word, hell.
Oh. No. Just dropping that truth nuke on us? How kind of you. Death zone.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely doesn't look happy. No happy-go-luckiness here. Frickin' Hector.
From murderous wastelands. Oh, that sounds great. This sounds like a place I want to be.
Definitely doesn't sound completely horrible and awful and I heard voices like memories. Oh, and then I heard truths. My slumber was necessary for my growth. Stone, iron, fire, oil, countless intense torrents. Each one a tool that tore the world apart, paving the way for a new age. They were both loathsome and awe-inspiring. That explains it. If this is what humans are like, then of course they would take whatever they could. Countless thundering roars, the echoing sounds of violence, hitting, cutting, shooting, developing. As I listened to this lullaby of life and death, I became more and more myself. Sudden death, sudden power, sudden thunderclaps, coexistence and conflict, preservation and disposal, exploitation and subordination. And on top of all that, you continue to love and be loved. How horrible. How wonderful. Ah. The edges of my mouth curled up into a smile. That's fine. If that's how you are, that's fine. Contradictions, failures, deviants, egotists. You have primal urges to seek love, then toy with it once found. If that's what you are, then I should be able to do the same.
Yeah. What the fuck is that? It looks like the Kali if they were like heavily experimented on and given guns as parts of their body, and their jaw is eternally just stuck open. It was a massacre. Groups of creatures, seemingly of the same species, spat fire from their martial organs and killed one another by firing uncountable lead projectiles. After each kill, they sneered. They moved on to another target, killed it, and sneered again. Over and over, again and again, with no end in sight. The ground ran red with blood, and before it could dry, new blood poured in. The death zone. Murder, slaughter, killing, and more killing. An unbroken chain of massacre upon massacre, repeated time after time after time. A cruel and brutal world that calls the life zone's existence into question. It is populated by a Lostican subspecies made from mixing 6 different species together. All these twisted creatures do here is use their built-in firearms to kill one another, having nothing to do with any food chain. It's like something straight out of hell. I call this second side. The Death Zone. Huh. Yeah, I mean, pretty apt name. Foe. This is really something. Now I wish our video feed hadn't been in full color. Mages are no strangers to conflict. I've seen some stuff. It takes a lot to surprise me. But well, let's say my plans to make a roast beef dinner just went up in smoke. Now what are we supposed to do for dinner, Tai Gong Wang? I do apologize for that. Nevertheless, I felt that it was both important, not to mention faster for you to see this for yourselves. Simply describing it wouldn't convey the truth of this area's essence, after all. Essence? Is that supposed to be a joke? What in the world are we supposed to get out of seeing this perverse show of incredible nastiness ourselves? I knew Cowley's leader would understand. That's exactly it. Huh? Nastiness. That's it. Now that you mention it, this place does seem like it would be right up that foxwoman's twisted alley, which I hasten to add, doesn't make me any happier to have seen it. At any rate, I understand why you're doing this, but do you think you could go a little easier on us? Our field ops team is still young and impressionable. You know, I don't want them developing a negative mindset. Thanks for looking out for us, Director. Well, of course. Your welfare is important after all. So don't pressure yourselves to confront everything at once, or shoulder more responsibility than strictly necessary. Oh, you're looking out for your team's mental health. The sign of a good commander. Ibuki? Stop that. We don't need your magical energy flaring up right now. This is gross. Courageous charges and death. Valiant chunks of meat flying in all directions. Blood spraying in the air. It's one thing to just describe sights like that, but seeing them in person feels really icky. Yeah. You said you call this place the Death Zone? Even with all that fighting, there are no winners or losers here. Yeah, it's just endless slaughter.
They're killing for killing's sake, dying just to die. Is that what fighting's supposed to be about? I guess in a sense that might be it exactly. Or is it? Ugh, I hate this. My memories and feelings are all a jumble. I don't want to look at this anymore. Period. Though, the dragon's right. If you ask me, the Tatars who attacked Russia were a perfect example. Those battles we fought against the bloodthirsty Tatars were just meaningless shows of nastiness too. Like the dragon said, that may be part of what fighting's all about. But a wasteland of nothing but death and destruction? That's just too... Never mind. A warrior shouldn't speak of such things. Forget I said anything. Russia. Come to think of it, you're a Russian hero, aren't you, Nikitich? Of course. Just like every Bogatyr. If there's a threat to the northern motherland, I'll be there to help. I'd do the same even if we were in the middle of a subspecies Holy Grail war. Honestly, I wish I could have fought in the Russian Lost Belt too. I'm so strong I can do just about anything. I can even do something about the horrors of war threatening the northern motherland. Oh, it's like Tatas. Tatars. Foe? Yep, I can handle them. Oh. Wow, you're so confident. Then what about that giant elephant, Ivan the Terrible? I could handle him too. Fo-fo? Foe? Of course I'm not lying. I can do just about anything. I might not be able to defeat the actual original Lightning Tsar on my own, but there are still things I can do against him. A true warrior keeps fighting and never gives up. They make their own opportunities. If they lack strength, they find allies to help. Nothing is truly impossible. But then, could you cut down a tree of emptiness? No, I can't do that. So you don't claim you can do everything? Have I not been saying just about anything? Yeah, no, just about anything isn't anything. You know, that's fair. I can get rid of enemies invading my land, but if I'm not materialized, I can't do anything. I couldn't stop the earth from being bleached, or the lost belts from taking root. In the end, I'm still just one warrior. But even so, I swore an oath. Once I agree to something, I always keep my word. So now that I've materialized here, I'm going to save my northern motherland. That's encouraging to hear. Right. Go on, keep the praise coming. Well, there is arguably such a thing as being too dutiful. There's a legend about how the original Nikitich nearly lost his beloved wife to another warrior because of his overdeveloped sense of duty, you see. How did it go again? I think you spent so long on tour in Constantinople. That the Grand Prince of Kiev tried to convince your wife you were never coming back, and that she should remarry. Yeah, that's right. Nearly losing my beloved wife to my sense of duty was my wake-up call to not let it get in the way of... to not let it get in the way of other important things. Humph. Why are you so upset, Nikity? If anyone has a right to be angry there, it should be your wife, no? You know, that's a good point. Ugh, I swear. Yeah, I think his wife has a... pretty big,
part of the spirit origin. Assassino, huh? Alright, we're gonna have to fight these disgusting abominations.
Okay, I'm done collecting data.
It looks like those horrid bipedal beasts that apparently all have a bunch of built-in guns.
We'll just keep killing each other as long as we stay far enough away from them. Luckily, they can't detect things from too far away, since their scanning range isn't great. They do seem to be packing some serious firepower, but it's strictly optimized for head-to-head combat. It doesn't look like they have any patrol units.
Are you okay, Da Vinci?
Me? I'm totally fine. It's you guys I'm worried about.
These aren't exactly the most pleasant sights you're seeing, after all.
It's the inherent wrongness of these things. These combat beasts in the death zone inspire indescribable discomfort in people by their very nature. Combat beasts. That's pretty on the nose, but it's also nice and straightforward. Anyway, these things walk on two legs like humans. They kill with guns like humans.
Yeah, they're probably a euphemism for humans. This is probably how Koyanskaya, sees us.
And above all, they're obsessed with killing, like humans. The Lahamu you guys saw in Uruk were pretty horrific creatures too, but they at least had the intelligence to follow their mother. But these combat beasts don't even have that. It's like they were born solely to kill each other. In a way, they're caricatures of humans, however much they roar and act like beasts. They possess both weapons and cruelty unique to humans. You'd never see that in creatures of the natural world. Cruelty. Ibuki Doji said that cruelty might be part of what fighting's all about, but that's only true for battles between humans. Fights in the natural world aren't like that at all. Then let me ask you this, Lady Da Vinci. Why do these combat beasts possess those two qualities? In fact, let's put it another way. Why did Koyanskaya endow them with those traits? First thing that comes to mind? That's fine with me. I'm guessing, I admit, but it's not all that hard. I'd bet anything she did it to kill humans. Brilliant. I should have known you'd get it right to the heart of it, Leonardo da Vinci. You truly are a Renaissance genius. And let me add one more thing. Your analysis earlier was largely correct, but it missed one crucial detail. I believe the combat beast's scanning range is very short, at least for others of their kind. But the question is it also short for their primary prey? Humans? Huh. So they largely ignore heroic spirits, but they're super quick to target humans? Huh?
Ruh-roh. That's my theory. Oh! And you brought a human here! Great! Thanks! Mash? Mashu?
I'm here, senpai. Way to bury the lead. Damn it, Ritsuka. Mash. Preparing to intercept the enemy, master.
Go get him.
Understood. Initiating counterattack now.
Jeez, Taigong. Coulda, said something about that sooner? I guess he didn't feel the need to say anything until they were, like, close. But still, kind of fucked up. Alright. This is good. Alright. Are they just called like death beasts or whatever? That would make sense. Or slaughter beasts. LWBMAA BC. Well. Oh, I keep forgetting in this form it's only for herself. You can't put it on others. Damn it. Think this is our best option. Just have Ibuki try and wipe the field.
じゃ、抜くわね。了解。いいんじゃない？敬え。人知の及ばぬものが世にあると、ここに
Wait, they
て
didn't?
思
Okay,
え。
good. I was like, they didn't have Invincible or Evade that I didn't notice, right? Because they had a bunch of stuff. I was like, oh, that's a lot. Okay, Guts. Attack boost, I think. Ooh. Okay. Casty. Actually, no. Like this. I don't like these things. I really don't. I think weirdly enough, the worst part is the bipedal nature, like the two legs. That's like weirdly like the worst part about it. If they were like a snake and they like, you know, slithered across the ground, they wouldn't be nearly as bad. I don't know what it is about the legs, but they just make it infinitely worse. Crit? Ow. Okay, okay, this is fine. This turn's not gonna be. Oh, actually, we might. Maybe. Crit? Wow, wasn't enough. Unfortunate. Okay, please just die. Thank you. Alright, well those things aren't terribly difficult to deal with. That's good. Could have been much worse. Okay, no after No after dialogue. Ruler? Is it skipping over Scandinavia and going straight to China? Because that could be Qin Shi Huang. Maybe. Melted ice, extinguished flame. But it sounds like Scandinavia. Master! Why can't I move? I'll keep Ritsuko safe back here for now. You hold the front line, Mash. Understood, Nikitich. Hang on tight, Ritsuka. Let's get away from those things. I'm okay. Please put me back on the No, that's probably not a good idea. Don't play tough. You're not fooling anyone. I get it, those things making you freeze up is normal. It was cruel of Taigong Wang to force you into battles you didn't need to fight. And all just to make you experience what it's like to face these beasts yourselves. It's mean, but... You see, well, let's just say it was the same for him. Huh? Just talking to myself. Anyway, those things, the combat beasts. They embody humans' drive to murder. That's why they're so tough. Guns can kill people over great distances. That's their whole purpose. They're stronger than a bow and arrows, and they kill in the blink of an eye, effectively, ruthlessly, leaving no chance for retaliation. They're the strongest kind of portable weapon there is. And above all, they're easy to use. So easy a child can do it. Some people say they're humankind's greatest invention. I don't agree, but I can see where they're coming from. Knights, samurai, bogatiers, warriors. Guns stole every bit of the honor there used to be in battle. There's no honor to be found in war these days. And now... just look at them, all clustered together like that. It's sickening. It makes me so mad. Really mad. As if destroying a warrior's honor in battle wasn't bad enough. Now here they are terrorizing children who've lost their way on top of it all. Huh? Can they fly? Huh. Anti-air guns. Looks like something big just joined the fight. I can't leave them to fend for themselves, but... Don't worry, I won't do anything reckless. I don't know if I believe that, but... Sure. Got it. I'll take us back down and rejoin the fight. Make sure you keep your distance. I will. My beloved steed, make sure you keep Ritsuko safe after we land. Alright, here goes. Okay, so definitely not Qin Shi Huang. It's just this new type that's attacking us is a ruler, I suppose. Yeah, I'll still bring a caster. Nothing beats a good old caster. Castoria. Let me at least swap out my 3-star. Yeah, I'll bring Salieri. He'll be a decent counter to, the ruler. Okay. Is he gonna be the same model, I wonder? Or if it'll be something new. Okay, next battle is when we'll see it. So having you up front right now is kind of a... kind of a pain, actually.
ちに準備を。
You know what? Yeah.
白兵戦行きます。
We'll go ahead and pop this right now.
決着の時だ。いただきます。ごちそうさま。の、はい。了解。
Hopefully we can break that one's, or pop that one's guts before the Fragarax, so that way it dies. That would be great. Yep. Good. What happened to all your AoE casters? See, unless it's a boss fight, I don't really build teams. I just bring whoever I'm trying to get bond up on. So... yeah.
どうします。
もちろん。
はい。せい。
Like yeah, I could have technically brought Alice or Ash, but you know,
どうします。
もちろん。
殺す。殺す。
yeah. The only time I change my ways is when it's a boss fight where I kind of need to bring a good team. Oh. I don't like that it has a face now. I don't like that.
今のうちに準備を。
了解。
やります。ここでまっすぐ。
Please don't kill Salieri. You killed Salieri. Okay. My fault, I guess. I shouldn't have said anything. My bad. No, just.
もちろん。
I guess I could have. Actually, no. Actually, this will work. You know, what am I thinking? Yeah, we'll do.
ゴッズホルダーの証明を。
ために。もちろん。
We'll do this. She'll have 2 stacks of anti-enforcement defense guarding her. It's good enough.
それはいつか来る兆しの星。誰に呼ばれるまでもなく、あなたは星をかざすでしょう。アラウンドカリバーン。突破します。
Okay.
フラガロック。
Good so far.
フラガロック。
Actually, that worked out. I'm okay with it not attacking. But that'll be a problem. That'll definitely be a problem.
愛の炎を。
はい
了解。
はい。
どうします。
堪能してください。
フィニッシュ。
At least Bassett's here for me. Okay, we cannot let that thing attack, or we are cooked.
戦いですから。
Kentucky Fried
光らせて
even.
あげます。
愛の炎を。
Right, let's change it to... Oh no, it's only for against alter egos, right? I mean, it's still better than nothing, I suppose.
強化。完了。決着の時だ。
Yeah, better than nothing.
満ち満ちる。
ゴッズホルダーのどうします。
サンサーナカーマ。私の中でどうか無限に まどろんで
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, charm shouldn't activate. Because I don't think this thing even has
逆光剣
a gender, much less male trait. I would think.
せい浅い
Oh,
彼らに
well, rip Bazet. there goes that.
はい負けないぞ示談装填し照準捉えました
Crit? No, but still decent damage. Alright. We should win this turn. Maybe. Possible.
やりもちろんはいはいうどうにかなっちゃえまさかこれ
Alright,
で
that
終わり
wasn't
だと思って
that
ます
wasn't bad. Could have been worse. Now, question is, do we have more to deal with? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Gunfire. It doesn't matter how many little bits of lead you throw at me, you know. Yeah, assuming these things just shoot normal bullets, I doubt they would do anything to a heroic spirit. I don't like seeing that one with a Don't look at me straight on, please. Magnificent defense, Lady Mash. Now please stay right where you are. I'm going to hit them with my true Samadhi fire. Ready? Do so. Damn. She stole your thunder. Hostiles eliminated. All hostiles have been eliminated. Battle's over. You did great, Master. You too, Mash. Thanks for keeping me safe, Dragon. Dragon these nuts. Don't worry about it. Nikitechi asked me to, so I did. That's all. Foe! Nice fighting, guys. Does this mean you can finally take a little breather now? Nope. Nope? Then you mean you've just gone out of the frying pan and into the fire? I've never seen a combat beast react to a living human before. But once they determine something to be an enemy, even a heroic spirit, they pursue it. Relentlessly. And since they're already optimized for long-range combat, when you throw Lost Kin into the mix too, well, they start to outmatch you pretty quickly. Taigong! Yes? Don't say stuff like that, dummy. When people say that sort of thing, it always ends up coming true. Don't be silly. You're overthinking things, I assure you. I don't know if you're a first-class jinx or not. But we're so far away from any of the Lost Kin's patrol routes that we don't need to worry about that. Haha, it'll be fine. Why do I feel like it won't be fine? Why do I have the distinct feeling we're about to be assaulted? So are all the last lost weapons only in the life zone then? No. Of course there are some here too. Of course? What do you mean of course? Taigong Wang, don't tell us you. Foo-foo! I brought you all here to the death zone because I wanted you to see what it was like for yourselves. That is certainly true. But I just remembered that I had another reason as well. Yeah, just remembered, I didn't tell Nikitich about this either, but... as it happens, there's a lost weapon base not too far from here. Huh? Did you do this on purpose, you scoundrel? Yes. Yes, I did. I don't like you.
Foe! There's a lost weapon near here. One designed for mass destruction at that. I really hate to leave something around to worry about, so I'd love to take it out sooner rather than later. But you might not have come here if I'd told you the truth.
Plus, I really did want to show you what the Death Zone is like. Right. Tell us these things ahead of time? Ahead?
Ritsuka's right. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
I don't think you are. Let me ask you one thing, Taigong Wang. Will there be any sign when we're close to this lost weapon, like that blizzard last time?
Yes.
However, this sign won't be on the ground.
It'll be in the sky.
Let me guess, a hole in the sky? Where it's gonna come out of? Because it's probably Surtur.
That's right, its base is high up in the skies. It's usually impossible to see with the naked eye, but when this lost weapon detects intruders, it opens a hole in the sky.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh wow, there it is. That was fast. I'm seeing an enormous dark circle up in the sky. Master!
That's Surtur's.
Yes, that's Lost Weapon's Den.
Or, whoops.
Yes, that's Lost Weapon's Den. This one is a reproduction of the fiery King of Giants. It's a burrow, a rift in space-time that only manifests for a few moments. And from the other side of that hole come fires of hell that scorch the ground and leave its targets as nothing more than piles of ash. Still, it's but a reproduction. It can't hold a candle, figuratively speaking, to the original world ender. So if you can't take it down, you'll never stand a chance against the beast.
Yeah, I know, buddy.
It looks like it's coming this way. Be careful about the heat, especially you, Ritsuka. It's hot enough to vaporize almost any living thing. Dragon, use your scales to give her some protection. Oh yeah, good idea. Okay. And while I'm at it, I think I'll put my game face on now.
Oh. Grow into big lady. Grow huge.
Hey, Happy Cat. Why don't you come out here now too? Man, first it was freezing, now it's boiling. Is it always like this with you Chaldeans?
Yeah, kind of.
Ah well, at least we're all in it together. No point whining. Okay, I've got your backs. Besides, I can't turn down a request from a
Pretty goddess like you.
good. Having that brave little fairy around should help. As for you, Taigong, you're going to pay
For manipulating us into coming here later.
no more underhanded crap, got it? I'm sorry.
He's definitely gonna do something like this again. For sure. Looks like it's just as impossible to fully measure as the original.
Here it comes.
Oh.
The reproduction of Surtur, the King of Giants, is here. A hostile intent confirmed. He's definitely another lost weapon super unit. I'll send out Orochi too. I'm not gonna hold anything back. We can't just leave something like this powerful running around. If we're ever going to take him out,
It may as well be now.
so let's hit him with everything we've got.
Let's do it.
Good answer. Alright then, let's head to the sky. Hunting a giant will make a nice warm-up for the beast.
R36M2 Vovoda. Or Vivoda. Okay. For this super unit, I will indeed What? Huh? What? Huh? Who's giving Kid Gil for a archer support? Shaking my head. Alright, yeah, buff on she. Yeah. Maybe I should bring... Yeah, I guess. I suppose. I'm gonna leave Bazit in because I need her to hit Bond up before. CL's gone. You're AoE, but that's fine. Uriel's probably the best here. And I'll take... No, I can't take Mash out. She's 0 cost. I would have to... Okay, yeah, Mash, you stay in. This should be fine. Yeah. Yeah, this is alright. Vivoda. Oh no, I'm not bringing Uriel for her charm abilities. She's just the only 3-star archer I have that is somewhat upgraded. I haven't really touched Robin Hood or William or Billy at all. She was just the best bet among my 3 stars. I was really hoping for crits. Nice. Thank you, Orochi. Wait, is that her only NP charge? It is. Oh. That's not great. Not horrible, but not great. Oh damn. Big dammy. Yeah, this shouldn't be that bad. Yeah, you got debuff immune, right? Yeah. Cause of course you do. Of course. I'm gonna use this. Lose some NP, but that's fine. I don't need it this turn.
むえいとそりゃ
Okay. Don't get your... Would you not, could you not? Thank you.
我が輝ける武具よ
Oh right. Nullify buffs.
Put your hands up
Put your hands up.
まあビッグウェーブイングランドあそうだ京都行こうおいでやす京都おこしやす京都ブブ漬けおいしいやったー
Yeah, I'm glad your bubuzuke was delicious.
目覚めよ三刀流ツメイゴ類にしてとどめだスイミング華麗あまりにも華麗小柱と散れエクスカリバービビアン
Okay. We can break him next turn. But then someone's probably gonna die this turn. Maybe? No, okay. That's good. The longer we last, the better. Right. Freaking
ロック楽しみですえいとエクスシュート
Oh, great. Health recovery when down. Okay. Well, that's rude.
次はマシ
Orochi, if you could maybe... Okay, didn't get rid of his charge. That's not ideal. Okay, well...
内熱衝撃版装填します
Invincible. Damn. It's not gonna work. Sure.
内熱衝撃版装填しますいやよできるぞ
Please crit. Please crit. Please crit. Please crit. Thank you. Again. Thank you.
そりゃ
Good. I got super lucky with triple crits. That was insanely good luck. Alright, to bring it gone. Mm-hmm.
決着の時だはい了解
いやよせいこれはどう
浅い
ごめんね
浅い
Yeah, this is probably a bust.
前に出ますはい示弾装填します照準これならまだバーニア突撃しますここで
浅い
And the question is, do I want to use my command spells here or not?
読み込みと練り込み
So I'll probably be doing at least one more of these fights today against Qin Shi Huang.
オルテナウスそ
Sure.
ホールドアッ
It's fine.
プどうや
我が輝ける武具よ心得た
かっこいいとこ見せちゃうビッグウェーブイングランドよしキラキラしきものときめくもの魅惑チルトも永遠にあり
I remember even though in the original fights, I thought Qin Shi Huang was easier than Surtur, I
三
think.
刀流
So
爪五類にして
it should be fine.
スイミング
We should be more
華麗
than
あまりにも
fine.
華麗小柱と散れエクスカリバービビアーン
Man, AoE attacks are really annoying. Like, you really gotta hit everyone all at once. Like, actually,
裏打ちはしません
I feel like that's very unnecessary.
チェケラウチェケラウドルシー彦星流術呼ばありゃーここがお前の
Maybe that's just me. Yeah, attack up. Alright, and... Ooh.
それオッケーま
ロックオン
Yeah, you should
るぐりりりりりそれぐるぐる
maybe die? Yes. Okay.
できたぞ
I'll just hope me using my command spells here isn't gonna come back to bite me. But again, I'm pretty sure Qin Shi Huang was easier than the original Surtur, so it should be the same here, right? Right? Why wouldn't it? It only makes sense. Alright, before we continue, you know. Oh, hey, Uriel. Lesai. Thy haploid paradise. Alright, let's 2 super bosses down. The enemy's gone silent. Its magical energy signals faded and all the fires around here have gone out. The battle's over, Master. Woo-woo! Maybe we won't fight all of the Lost Belt Kings. Because you said there were 13 sections, right? There's not going to be a battle in this section. And I assume we also have to fight Koyanskaya. Unless one section has multiple, which it might. That might be the case. Oh, was that not a section? I thought it had a section number. Oh, I guess not. We did it. Phew. I almost feel out of breath. That was one hell of an opponent. I really like that sword, too.
But it still wasn't as strong as the real one, huh? Right, Master? Yeah, the real flaming sword was even more impressive. I knew it. Too bad. If that had been the real giant and sword, I might have fallen in love with him. Kidding. Right. Did I surprise you, Master? Honestly, I was kind of surprised myself, even as I was saying it. Man, I'm thirsty. You have a strange way of showing excitement, Dragon. Did the giant's heat get to you? Here's a canteen, have some water. I feel like an ant bug. Go away. I feel like a new woman. You're very kind, aren't you, Nictitch? All my fatigue just melted away in an instant. I'm impressed. Like I said, I can do just about anything. Fo-fo! Anyway, the important thing is we won. Yeah, I suppose. Right, Senpai. I'd like to rest up to recover from our exhaustion, but I also don't think the Death Zone's the place for that. It's your fault we're here, Taigong. Fix it. Yes, you're right. Once again, I'm very sorry. You'd better pay us back in a big way. You know what'll happen if you don't, right? This, punching the air. Fool! Well, it's not entirely Taigong Wang's fault, right? I mean, there were a ton of perception and inhibition spells cast on those tough guys' bases. Real serious ones, too. You couldn't have mentioned that before? What? What'd I say? I mean, those 3 giant generals were cloaked in perception and inhibition spells too, right? So, like, it was hard to notice them? Exactly. So despite what you said, Taigong, I'm guessing you probably forgot he was even there until the last second, no? I mean, you even said you had just remembered right before he showed up. Oh. Okay, maybe I was being a little hard on him. Maybe. A little bit. But I just remembered I had another reason as well. I didn't tell Nictitch about this either, but... Honestly, it's gotta be hard for humans and related beings to notice these things, and you're a heroic spirit of humanity, right, Taigong Wang? So I don't blame you for not noticing. It wasn't hard for me to notice, though. But then again, I'm not human, so... Don't you think he should have said something sooner then? Huh? Well, if it was obvious to her, she'd probably assume it was obvious to us, too. Her fuzzy memory issues probably aren't helping either. So I don't think there's anything she could have done differently. But still, that was one heck of a headache. Now I see. Still, you did mean what you said about wanting to take that lost weapon out sooner rather than later, right, Taigong? I did? Then you still need to make amends. Come on, let's get out of here. As long as we stay in the Death Zone, there's no telling when more of these things might show up. Of course, I promise I'll make amends. Starting right now. What? Okay, everyone, getting close. I'm going to use an Earth Evasion spell. Oh! I can't use it frequently since it takes a fair amount of magical energy. But seeing as you're all exhausted right now, I'd say now's the perfect time. Okay, here I go. What? What is this? Foe?
It feels like I'm in an elevator. Are we floating? This is just my Earth evasion spell. Yeah. Oh? Fo-fo! Wow, I'm being flown around. Uh-huh. This is amazing. I've never done anything like it before. I can't believe I'm flying in formation with so many other people. Senpai, look. The very ground we were standing on is flying. It's like we're flying on a magic patch of ground instead of a magic carpet. I'm afraid this isn't nearly as maneuverable. All I'm doing is connecting two places and sending some ground along that connection. So as I've said, it's an Earth evasion spell, nothing more. So you're not actually using any application of wind at all? Very interesting. I'm very curious as to how it works, but I am even more impressed that I can transport large groups across long distances. I must say, this is quite the sage art. This is super high-speed group transportation. I remember reading about this in the Investiture of the Gods, too. It described a number of situations where you used Earth evasion to move around. I'm reminded of RH Airlines. I actually thought the RH Airlines is where MASH was going. When she said this and it started to say, I remember. I was like, is she gonna talk about RH? But no. It's about the Investiture of the Gods, I guess. I suppose. So if you really were able to use this technique back in ancient times, I could bring an army to fight on even ground against any sort of opponent, even phantasmals or evil sages. Just like what's described in the Investiture of the Gods. Ha ha ha! Indeed I could, and I did. I used to use the spell to move groups of people around all the time. And away we go. Zoom!
Momo.
Fo?
Momo.
Fo. You said you called this place the Life Zone? Boy, it sure is a lot calmer around here. It's so much more... I think relaxing is the word. Fo and Sibu Shang look a lot happier here too.
Momo.
Fo!
Momo.
Fo! See what I mean?
I mean, it was pretty rough back there, so...
You think? Nature can be awfully harsh for those used to civilization. But I'm sure it must feel like heaven compared to the hell of the Death Zone. What do you think?
Feels like I can finally breathe easily again.
The Death Zone. I guess we didn't even realize how much pressure we were feeling over there. Hey, I have an idea. Why don't you guys come back to the border for a bit? I'm sure you're exhausted after all that fighting, and I'd like to make sure the Orton Axe is still in good shape too. You can even recover some magical energy here. I've already entered the information Taigong Wang gave us about the Lost Kin, especially their patrol routes into our map data. So we can even come meet you guys as long as we're extra careful about avoiding any hostiles.
I think we can be there in about 2 to 3 hours. What do you say, Director? Good idea. Very well then, now that we have information on the 2 zones here, our first order of business will be to rendezvous. Then once the field ops team is recovered, we'll decide on the next course of action.
Fo! Then why don't we make camp while we wait for them to arrive? Nikitich? Sounds good. Let's go fishing.
I don't like how happy-go-lucky we're being. I feel like something bad's gonna happen.
That smells good. Are they ready? They must be done by now, right? Not yet. How about now? Not yet.
Mo. There, now they're done. Ooh. Foe? Okay, everyone, dig in. Don't mind if I do. Thank you for the meal. Foe? Then while we eat, would you mind if I spoke for a bit, Lady Da Vinci? Fine with me. Though the director and Mounier are busy driving and keeping watch for enemies. So I hope you don't mind if I'm the only one from the border who can listen right now. Not at all. Now, returning to what I was saying earlier. First of all, Lady Da Vinci, let me say that you were right. The combat beasts are indeed a means for killing humankind, and the death zone is the power of murder itself. So why do these things exist? Because Koyanskaya has a beef with humanity, but she also must love them in a way, seeing as how that's a requirement for being a beast. On this earth where everything has been bleached away, in Siberia after the Russian lost belt has faded away, this land of Tunguska is still rich with life. Despite being a lost belt like a lost belt in many ways, the special region contains two sides that could not be more unlike a lost belt. One is abundant in unknown flora, nature, and fauna, a tribute to life itself. The other is a barren wasteland of unending murderous combat. All in all, it's a biosphere of unique creatures. It rejects any and all beings having to do with humanity, even going so far as to refuse connections to the throne. This place does not reject humans, yet still loathes them in all shapes and forms. And it is awash with violence meant to be unleashed upon them. So what is it? Let me spare you the suspense. This place is without a doubt someone's inner world. So a reality marble? A reality marble, yeah. Huh. What? Foe? Munch. Okay, Ibuki. Just keep eating, why don't ya? A reality marble. A reality marble is the ultimate magecraft accomplishment. A truly exceptional spell that creates a whole other world within our own. Their effects vary wildly depending on the caster, but one thing they all have in common is making the impossible possible. There are some heroic spirits who use them as part of their noble phantasms, but their magecraft ratings are still off the charts. A certain being's in a world, a mindscape made manifest. Another world that can never be part of reality. This all means one very simple thing. This world belongs to Tomamovich Koyanskaya. A paradise free of external enemies. Humans. A hell full of walking, murderous man-killers. So if her mind is creating this world, it would mean she sees no point in humans existing at all, and that she sees civilization through a lens of deep, abiding cynicism. Looking back on everything Koyanskaya has said and done so far, that does explain a lot. So that theory is almost certainly correct, but it also raises new questions. For one thing, isn't it usually impossible to maintain a reality marble over an extended period? If it's created in the real world, yes, but there are ways around that. I see. If it's created inside a living creature's body, then it's a different story. Indeed. So I suspect this entire territory, including its outer shell, is actually Koyanskaya herself. Which would mean she's expanded her spirit origin to untold proportions, and enshrined it in the old Tunguska forest. Foe. Now I see. That explains a lot. I did consider whether this place might be a kind of singularity, or lost belt too, of course. But if we think of this place as a reality marble, a lot of things start adding up. After all, its theme couldn't be more consistent. On one side we have a world filled with life, on the other a world filled with death.
Say it with me now, giant woman. And the one thing they share in common is the rejection of humankind. Such a world is simply too forthcoming for a singularity that used the Holy Grail to come about. I can't imagine that foxwoman ever being so willing to bear her inner mind like this. And there's also simply no way this world could be a hypothetical that diverged from human history to arrive at this state naturally. Hang on. I don't know about that last part. There must be hypothetical histories without any humans in them. Though, of course, if that were the case here, it wouldn't explain how the Death Zone ended up the way it is. Very well, then. Then I'll prove why I feel this place to be so unnatural. Do you remember those animals we saw in that canyon in the Life Zone? Yeah. Yes. You mean when we saw the parents and young of a new type of animal? They weren't actually parents and they're young. Huh? They were siblings. Huh? Everything here is siblings. The insects, the animals, the plants, even the combat beasts. The plants and the combat beasts? Lady Da Vinci, I take it you haven't yet been able to analyze anything here at the genetic level? Hang on. No, since I don't have the kind of equipment I'll need for that. Wait, hang on. Are you saying you can perform genetic analyses? All by yourself? Well, haha, this is embarrassing. Suffice to say, I had a lot of time on my hands before you all showed up, so I tried a few things out with my Feng Shui. So yes, I can say this unequivocally. Not a single creature in this world, not the plants, the animals, nor the combat beasts, mates with any other. They don't grow, they don't learn, they don't mix genes, and they don't evolve. All the living things in this place are siblings born from the same mother. So you're saying we should call Koyanskaya mommy? I mean, what, huh? But that's impossible. We've been observing and collecting data since we got here. Every plant and animal we've seen has a reproductive organ. Has reproductive organs. Even those fish you were just eating. They're all for show. That said, there is a life cycle here, and a food chain. Creatures are born, they live, and they die. They devour and are devoured. They kill and are killed. The only difference is that they're all born from a single source, Koyanskaya. Each and every one of them is created in a predefined form. The same holds true for natural cycles like the food chain, and even the cycle of cruel and brutal murder. They're all exactly the same. Everything is born from Koyanskaya, and returns to Koyanskaya. This world is fundamentally closed off. In one sense, it's more thoroughly closed off than even a singularity or a lost belt. Even if it is, the flora and fauna here are still alive, right? Yeah. Oh yes, that much is certain. It's a difficult question to answer in a philosophical sense, but in the biological sense, every creature in this territory is just as alive as you are. And of course, with life comes death, and the cycle that goes with both. However, at least based on what I've seen so far, none of them are self-aware, or possess a will of their own. Huh? As I said, I had quite a lot of time on my hands, so I performed enough tests that I can say this for certain. These creatures are not self-aware, and have no will of their own. I can only assume they don't need those traits,
since they don't grow, pass on genes, or evolve. Or at least, that's how Daji's shadow, Koyanskaya, sees it. You've called her Daji's shadow before, haven't you? Yeah, yes I have. That's because she has a different scent about her than Daji herself. I believe Tomomovich Koyanskaya is either another aspect of Daji, the fair-faced golden fox, one of her divided spirits, or a heroic spirit of hers with exaggerated traits. Whatever she is, I do wonder what she was thinking when she made this world. No self-awareness and a will of their own. That's really something. But still, you're right. If this place really is a reality marble, a lot starts to make sense. However twisted that seems to us, if it's truly how Koyanskaya understands the world, then it's no wonder her mindscape looks like this. Indeed. And in that case, we have to be ready for the possibility that Koyanskaya may throw something at us way beyond anything else we've seen. If this really is a reality marble, we could even see things that are outright impossible. So once we meet back up and start heading toward her in the center. Right, we can't let our guard down. Oh. Don't worry, I'm not gonna lower my guard. I'll be super careful. Hey!
You! When did you start drinking?
I'm impressed.
What? Why are you impressed? I should have known a Bogatir would enjoy drinking. Yeah, I suppose.
Anyway, you're right. We have to keep our guard up. Being in a reality marble means we're right in the middle of enemy territory. Be ready for anything. Got that?
Got it. Yes, ma'am. Whatever you say.
But...
You... I don't know, maybe hers works differently, but generally speaking, I mean, I guess she is literally using her body to maintain it, so that's probably why. Yeah, never mind. I'll say usually you couldn't enter a reality marble from the outside, but in this case, I guess it would be possible. Since it's using her actual body itself. Eulogy for the Planet of Primates 1. I mean, we're not completely dead yet. I mean, I guess the planet's kind of... You know what? Fair enough. The planet is kind of dead. Oh? My name is Jiang Shang. I was born in Shu Prefecture. I was discovered by Yonshi Chanzun at a young age, and spent my days training to learn all manner of techniques in the Kunlun Mountains. While walking the Taoist path, I was praised for being as talented as a Xian. But despite all that, I was far from all business all the time. I frequently skipped out of my training to go fishing, and to visit unfamiliar villages and sage worlds. Which is why I had the opportunity to see so many beautiful women. Really, Mr. Taigong. I missed a few sections, but I want to comment the reason why Dobrynya is the cat lady is her name is Dobrynya. Oh. That makes sense. So nothing to do with her wife at all. That they were just being cheeky, using that as a sort of excuse, but she was also kind of cagey about that. Okay. I see. On one hand, I'm disappointed that it's kind of meant to be more of a joke, but at the same time, it's fine. It's fine. The theory that she's not him, but the wife Natasha, but I don't think it's mentioned. Yeah, that makes sense with how she was acting at points. But It's weird how the horse still, I don't know. I feel like maybe it's like a Artemis Orion situation, maybe. Like maybe it technically is Dobrynya's spirit origin, but it's like an alter ego type situation, and so that he let his wife take the reins and it morphed it into a feminine form because of it. I don't know. I had the opportunity to see many beautiful women. I saw village girls who were renowned far and wide for their beauty, and wise and powerful sage women who seemed to positively glow. Even Lady Ma, the woman I took as my wife, was kind, gentle, and easy on the eyes. So I had a wealth of worldly experience compared to most sages, and I knew it. Even so, good day, my name is Daji. I am the daughter of the Osu family, and I have the honor to serve as His Majesty's consort. I couldn't help but stare in shock. I knew who she really was, the fair-faced golden fox, the deceptive fox spirit who had lived here for 1,000 years, who had lived for 1,000 years. I also knew she was one of 3 specters the mother goddess knew of the 3 sovereigns ordered to go to the human world. There, the 3 specters were supposed to help hasten along the doomed Shang dynasty's downfall, and then help usher in a new dynasty to replace it. But upon joining the Shang dynasty, Daji disobeyed the goddess's orders and used every trick at her disposal to seduce King Zhao of Shang, leading him further astray. She was dreadfully evil and delighted in cruelty and the atrocities she committed. Ultimately, she hurt so many innocent people. Truly, she was one of the most dangerous femme fatales to ever live. Her nation-ruining accomplishments were even said to match those of Mo Shi of the Xia dynasty. She was a terrifying woman, and she had to be eliminated. Just a glance or even a smile from her meant death. Neither a Taoist nor a sage, nor even a virtuous divine Shan could lower their guard around one so deadly. She was an enemy, pure and simple. I knew I had to fight her, that I couldn't let my guard down around her for even a moment. And yet in spite of all that, I fell in love. Oh my, I hear you're very skilled at fishing, is that right? Is that right? I still found this woman, this beast, beautiful. I mean... yeah. Something can be evil and hot. In fact, that's the case a lot of the time. Ah, poor Taigong. He's so confused. Oh good, we have an actual contract now. There. Thank you, Ritsuka. Our temporary contract is now officially in place. I see. So this is what it's like to have a master. I have to say, having a reliable supply of magical energy is a very nice change of pace. Let me take this occasion to say once again that I'm glad to be working with you, people of Chaldea. Yeah, glad to have you on the team. As long as you don't pull any more fuck shit. I'd like to thank you again for joining us too, Taigong Wang, Nikitich. No problem. Welcome aboard. Fufu, though of course, I've already got a full contract in place. That's true for you too, right, Mash? Yes, that's right. In fact, I was Senpai's very first servant. Wow, really? Honestly, I'm kinda jealous. If you were Master's first servant, that means you must have known her longer and better than any of us, right? Yeah, that's... Why'd you have to go and get big? Yup, I'm definitely jealous. Foe? Oh. All done with the temporary contracts, huh? That's great to... Whoa! You startled me, Ibuki Doji. I wasn't expecting to see the bigger you, so I figured something, big must be going on. You must have been startled too, huh, Fo? Fo-Fo? Sorry. How about you, Director? We music command are put through intense training from a young age. I can handle any surprise short of being immediately devoured. That's great, Director. I should have known you were made of stern stuff. Okay then, let's get this briefing underway, shall we? Yeah, go for it, Da Vinci. First, let's go over the situation and make sure we're all on the same page. Now that we've collected the field ops team, we're all making our way to the center of this region in the Shadow Border. We expect that's where we'll find its ruler, Koyanskaya. Or rather, since it looks like this place is actually her expanded consciousness, well, where we'll find her core and/or main body. We've been observing her since we got here, and while those observations may not mean much given her ability to travel between lost belts, it looks like, at least for now, she's holding position. She won't move. Trust me. Sure as my name is Taigong Wang. Daji will never leave her home base. That's just the sort of creature she is. I suppose you could call her a homebody in a way. Once she's settled on a nest, she likes to shore up its defenses and stay there instead of going on the offensive. The only question is whether she'll show herself once we begin our siege in earnest. She probably will. Huh, that's a surprise. We were under the impression Koyanskaya spends much of her time traveling. You're saying she prefers to stay home, huh? Fo? The center of this place is located at coordinates 60 degrees 55 north, 101 degrees 57 east. That's where Koyanskaya's signal is originating. The signal Chaldea base picked up 2 days ago is coming from there. You may already know this. But it's also exactly where a tremendous explosion once took place. The Tunguska incident. Right. a huge explosion that occurred over 100 years ago.
I wonder if she chose those coordinates intentionally. Perhaps it's a sign that she intends to carry out her own act of mass destruction.
That's definitely possible, though it could also mean
Maybe Koyanskaya and that explosion are connected somehow?
that's possible too. Although, the Tunguska incident, it was a major historical event, no question. But what could it have to do with Taji? To be honest, I have no idea either. Why would she choose here of all places? I have never heard of any legends of her bringing a Russian dynasty to ruin after all. Nor have I heard of her ever causing a forest fire. The life zone and the death zone. Could there be a connection between these two diametrically opposed areas within this reality marble and the Tunguska incident? It's certainly possible, but we haven't seen any evidence thus far to support that supposition. Who cares? It doesn't matter if there was a big explosion or if she's just a wild beast. I'm going to defeat the enemy and save my motherland. That's all there is to it.
I'm trying to remember, wasn't Kiritsugu's time altar actually a reality marble deployed in his body? Was it? Maybe. I don't remember.
Wow, I love that confidence. You know, you're right. I'm gonna do the very best I can too, especially with Master here watching. I will too, Master. I promise you I'll do the very best I can.
We know.
And I'll be there supporting you guys every step of the way. Oh! We're about 80 kilometers from our target. At this speed, we should reach it in about 2 hours. As to what connection Koyanskaya may have to the Tunguska incident, it might just be faster to ask her.
2 hours, huh? That'll mean our final battle with her is close at hand, then. What do you make of our prospects there, technical advisor?
Okay, let me start with the abridged version. Our current combat ability should be enough to defeat her.
I hope so.
I hope you're right about that.
Where do you put our odds?
Using the combat data we acquired in Olympus as a reference, we have a 70% chance of victory. Oh! 70%, huh?
Those sound like great odds. Yeah. Honestly, I'd rather we had a plan with significantly better odds.
I mean, to put it another way, a 70% chance of winning obviously also means a 30% chance of losing. Still, that being said, while we may not have any Clarinomia powering us up this time, we do have Taigong Wang, Nikitich, and Ibuki Doji. Taigong Wang is basically a nine-tailed fox exterminator specialist, and Nikitich is as professional a warrior as they come. As for Ibuki Doji, how's the memory? Still kind of hazy.
Okay, so that part's not great, but she's also got enough magical energy and sheer power to make up for it.
And on top of that, we have the Black Barrel providing another source of major firepower. And Ritsuka's instant simplified summons. So that's what I took into account to get the numbers I did. I wish we could put together a better mission plan or boost our equipment somehow, but this is the best we can do at the moment.
Sorry, I'm such a poor excuse for a technical advisor. Are you kidding? We'd be lost without all your support.
Yeah, come on. Come on, Da Vinci. Well, yes, I am a peerless genius. It just sucks that support's all I can offer, you know?
Oh? Patting her head.
Ah!
There, there. I don't know whose heroic spirit you are, but you're doing... You're doing great for a child in the middle of enemy territory. So cheer up. Besides, you're a lot cuter when you smile. And it makes Ritsuka and Mash happier too. Right? I don't think she appreciates being called a child, but... Otherwise, good pep talk. I'm sorry to interrupt this little moment, but since this is an official briefing and all, I have to say this. You have considered the possibility that Koyanskaya has grown stronger since we encountered her in Olympus, right? Of course. Excellent. In that case, I wish I didn't have to say this either, but as the commander, it's my job. What if she's already become a fully mature beast? That's simply not possible. Really? This heroic spirit calling herself Tomomovich Koyanskaya, or the shadow of this world's Daji, is in no way, shape, or form a fully mature beast. You sound pretty certain. How can you be so sure? As a beast, Daji has the power to manipulate nations. She likes to torment her quarry once the world's already hers. If anyone tries to stand up to her, she tortures them in ways that are too horrible to even describe. That is who she is. While Koyanskaya may only be Daji's shadow, it's safe to assume she shares her essential nature. And yet we have been able to move about this territory of hers relatively unimpeded. Given where we are and what's happening, this can only mean she is yet to fully mature. This is only speculation on my part. But I suspect an accident of some sort has left her in this incomplete state. Whether she's simply recuperating or preparing to hatch, so to speak, I can't imagine any other reason Daji would leave an enemy alone for so long without sending so much as a single soldier or assassin after them. So I believe that as an immature beast, we should assume the shadow of Daji is in some sort of weakened state. An accident? Senpai. Yeah, it must have been Kernanos. I'd bet that's it too. Kernanos. Back in the British Lost Belt, Kernanos landed a direct hit on Koyanskaya. Yeah, a blow from a god, even if it's kind of just a reanimated corpse, probably would do a bit of damage to a beast. Koyanskaya defended us from Kernanos for some reason. Well, don't flatter yourself too much. It's only because she was attached to Murian. If Murian hadn't asked for help for her to do something about... I don't remember the wording, but the conclusion was basically Koyanskaya decided to help us because we were the best chance at saving Britain, as it was. Kernanos, as in the ancient Celtic nature god. In this case, he was more the remnants of a god that had devolved into a titanic calamity, but yeah. Now I see. So she suffered an injury from a power that was closer to nature than to humanity. That makes sense. Given the way the combat beasts turned out, she must have endured quite a painful blow. In fact, I'm impressed she was able to maintain her sense of self after taking a hit like that. Seeing how she defined herself with a new weakness she never had before. At any rate, allow me to put your minds at ease. I'm in no way suggesting we charge at her without a plan. As a matter of fact,
I have an anti-beast noble phantasm designed specifically with Daji in mind. Okay. And what's more, I've already fine-tuned it to be extra effective on Daji's shadow. So? Really?
Oh. It would have been nice if you mentioned that sooner, but it's still great news.
Haha. Sorry about that. I don't know much of my battle with her 3,000 years ago. Made it into today's retellings, but suffice to say it was hellishly difficult, and I'd much rather not go through such an ordeal again. What's more, while I do have you Chaldeans and Nikitich on my side, I don't have the 12 Golden Immortals, or King Wu's great army this time. This beast is one of the most fearsome creatures ever to exist, so how can one defeat her with only a small team of soldiers? Naturally, I didn't materialize without a plan for just such an occasion. Lord Yonshi Chinzun. I mean, humanity itself isn't that heartless after all. Huh. An anti-beast noble phantasm. I don't know exactly what it does, but if Taigong's is proud of it, it must be incredible. I think this bodes really well for our chances of success, Senpai. Whew. Unless he's bluffing? My. I do hate to interrupt your pleasant little chat. And I must say, it's very kind of you to be so concerned about my condition. But please spare me your pity, would you? Compassion's intended to be given by the strong to the weak. Having insignificant little bugs like you worrying over me makes my tails twitch in irritation. Huh? Foe? What the? I swear. I went to all that trouble in the Lost Belts to maintain a respectful is she an enemy or an ally distance, and you just had to go and ruin it yourselves. What's that? It was already ruined a long time ago? I suppose that all depends on how you look at it. But in this case, I believe my opinion's the one that matters, no? Yeah, I guess. After all, you're not merely inside my house right now. You're inside, well, me.
Well, what the hell?
A high-density magical energy signal just appeared inside the border. But that's where we are.
Wait, huh? I thought she wasn't going to move from her castle.
Fofo? Even setting all that aside, if you're here to pick a fight, surely there are better ways to go about it than just chattering like this. Hi. You really should know how to mind your manners by now, Chaldeans. As should you other heroic spirits I've never met before. Can you really not understand that I'm still tired from my little excursion to Britain? Oh, that's what we were kind of counting on. Tomamovich Koyanskaya. That's me. Senpai. Everyone chill. Be cool. Nikitich. Don't worry, Mash. I'll stop her. Huh? She left her castle? All on her own? Even if she is only Daji's shadow, that still shouldn't happen. Snap out of it, Taigong Wang. I'm sorry. Ugh, I've really screwed up a lot this time, haven't I? Put the magic down! Okay. Oh my. That wasn't teleportation, was it? Oh, I know. It was forced ultra-high-speed movement, right? Bravo! That was genuinely impressive. You not only transported myself, Master Ritsuka, and her demi-servant, but you even got the annoying divine spirit, the strange cat girl, and yourself while you were at it. I must say, it's almost preposterous that you were able to forcibly transport 6 people all at once like that. And what's more, you did so with power drawn from humanity despite being inside me. As incredibly rude as that was, I really must commend your courage. Not that I'll bother to remember it after I've killed you. We did only just meet. Now tell me, what is your true name? How dare you, Daji? You've got nerve asking who I am. I'm going to make you regret not staying cooped up in your nest. I don't know how much of her is actually Tamamo / Daji. Taigong. I think it's less than you think it is. You've had this coming for over 3,000 years now. I may have underestimated you here, but it seems you and I aren't too far apart in that regard. Fair-faced golden fox. No, empty shadow of the nation-ruining beast. I'm sorry, are you talking about me? Come, my dragon. Who, me? No! Not you, Eastern Dragon, my dragon! Come on. You know, I'm sure Ibuki wouldn't mind if Dobrynia rode her. Probably. There you are, my mount. Aw, what a darling pet. But unfortunately for you, I'm just not interested in boring old dragons. Damn, that babe shot me down already? Ouch. Just kidding, I'm here, master. Hup. Mesh, I'll back you up from the air. Right. When did you put on the Orton axe? Huh? The Orton axe? I don't remember suiting up. I borrowed it from its chamber when I used my Earth Evasion spell to transport us outside your vehicle. I do hope I put it all on right, Lady Mash. I'm afraid I don't have much experience dressing anyone besides myself. Yes, everything's fine. That's more impressive than just moving us. Like, you just yoinked it from its chamber and got it on her perfectly, apparently. Okay. Yes, everything's fine. Activating the Orton Axe's emergency combat mode. Power's holding steady at 80%. I'm good to go, Master. Prepare for battle. Understood. Oh yes, very good. Nice to see you're all so peppy. My congratulations to you strange heroic spirits and the demi-servant, for putting on such an irritatingly exuberant display of motivation. But aren't you forgetting something important? Say, for example, where it is you're standing right now? That's not good. That doesn't sound good. Hostiles are popping up all over. 5, 10, 20, and are still coming. Yeah, did we not account for the fact that she might just make more lost kin outside of their zones? Like, they literally come from her. Like, that's kind of a oversight on our part. Just a little bit. And they're still coming. It doesn't look as though they came in from outside our scanning range. It's almost as though they popped up out of nowhere. Again, reality marble inside her own body. It kind of makes sense. Instantaneous creation of life. pre-programmed life at that. Ha ha ha! I suppose I should have expected no less from a reality marble. So you can just make as many Lostkin as you feel like, huh, Daji? Good question. Who can say? Everyone listen up. I'll keep Daji occupied. No, in fact, I'll look for an opportunity to take her down myself. In the meantime, please deal with the Lostkin. Okay, I'll believe in you. Mash Ibuki Doji. Prime Master. Leave it to me. Nikitich, will you back them up? Don't have to tell me twice. Just do what you came here to do, Taigong Wang. Of course I will. Are you quite finished? I was in the middle of my siesta, you see, and I'd really like to get back to my bedroom soon. But since we've known each other for so long, I thought it only right to say goodbye myself. I know you've gotten used to fighting the super units, so I've decided to make this more of a numbers game. The natural world has always favored quantity over quality. That's simply a fact of life. Now I hope you're ready, because I'm deadly serious about squashing you for good this time. We have a blizzard of contacts heading for us. Enough to make up a small army. Of course. I said I was serious, didn't I? I refuse to tolerate any more interference with my business. The easiest way to deal with your enemies is to gather them all in one place and eliminate them in one fell swoop. Alright everyone, farewell and all that. Oh, and don't worry, this one's on the house. You're about to experience the unbridled violence you humans invented yourselves. I do so hope you enjoy it. I don't want to enjoy it. I'd really rather not. Whoa, Mesh. Large combat beasts incoming. Please stay close to me, Master. Well, that's not great. Terrifying riverbank. Lost kin army assault. Oh. Well, there's definitely gonna be rulers, right? Actually, can I get a Summer Ereshka goal, please? I could bring this comma. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not bringing... Alright, Nobu. I should probably bring... You know what? Draco. Just cover my bases. Maybe Shufu? I feel like she'd be a safe pick. Yeah. Okay, let's get rid of the bond ups. Black Grail, I guess. I guess. I don't even know if I should care too much about the craft essences I use. Sure. Alright, we'll try this. Probably gonna be at least a dozen enemies, right? Probably. If not more. Okay, only 6. Okay, that's not that.
残酷可愛いところ見せちゃいます。
That's not bad.
「さ金を皿を持ってそこだ」どうした朽ち果てよ。はあはあ
Okay.
世の力を見よ。欲望が回って堕落するがいい。さあ金を持って。
Change the party. Yeah,
よいぞよいぞ。
I think hers is straightforward, just 1, 2, 3, right?
及ばずこの我が視界ごと飲み干してくれよ。
金を持って
であるか。
毒にはいらん。目障り
Okay, overkill, that's fine. I just wanted to guarantee it.
それだけか。
はあ
Could. Okay. I was hoping more of them would have attacked. Nobu. Only got one left, right? Yeah, okay. This might. It's probably a way. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, we'll just.
メッセイ目障りじゃ。我が豪華にだか。
Please tell me you'll. Okay, that was too close.
持たれる。
それだけか。
Oh, Nobu!
実。
Oh, invincible. Oh, okay, okay. That's cool. That's cool, man. How much is this invincible? 1. Okay.
評価完了。
Bazit's
決着の
actually
時だ。評価完了。
kind of good for this. He has the one evade too. Actually, what? No, wait, he has both left still, right?
後より動き先に立つの。
さら酒を持て。
アンサラ。
ふん。汚らわしいな。受け止めきれなかった。
Well, there goes the calm I brought.
浅い。
That's not great.
切り札はこちらが先だ。切り札はこちらが先だ。
Okay. This is a real big
さら
pain.
金を持って。毒にはいらん。
せい。
I should have just full comboed.
もたれる。
浅い。
Would you stop putting invincible on? I need you to stay still.
示談酒を装填します。照準捉えました。毒にはいらん。
Oh no no no.
内熱衝撃板装填します。内熱衝撃板装填しま
Just
す。
focus on mash, please. Focus on mash.
示談装填します。
はい。
そうだ。
ワンツー。
Right, sure, or ignore invincible. That's annoying. I mean, I'd still rather they hit her than anyone else.
さ金を持って人が抱える欲望を見せ。ふん。はっ。地に富を築き天に届かんとする
I
も
need
の。
this one to die this turn.
その願いに応えてやろう。このベイバロンドムスアウレアでな。
I didn't know when the ruler would be in, so I
あがけあがけ。
had both Avengers up front. I should have had Nobu all the way in the back.
浅い。オルテナウス。
彼らに
Yeah, no, this is a wash. Shufu. Shufu.
コツコツコツコツ。
Unfortunately, that's not leveled at all. Well,
皿を持って金を持って毒にはいらん。ぐえ
yeah, this might be one
過労につき
that I'm gonna need
うまくいかなかった
command
よ。
spells on, because I'm not burning Saint Quartz on this. Oh. Well, now that I know what the order is, I know to put Nobu at the end. I could probably do this without the command spells. Yeah. Nobu at the end, Pierce invulnerability. We can probably make this work. Maybe should I bring the Dobrynia?
kinda, I feel like not. What's this craft essence do? Crit strength, MP strength. Sure, okay. Nobu, you in the back. Let's do on Draco. Go invincible. Quicken Buster. I know I have an arts one. Increase arts effectiveness and buster effectiveness. This one. Wait, what about the Nobu one? Actually, this one's probably better for the NP damage. Alright, Gogeta. I guess you don't really need it, do ya? Yeah, I'll just leave her as is. Oh, can I make this work? Probably. Can I find... a 120 Nobu. I don't think anyone's gonna have an ignore invincible in here. Unless this is one, but I don't think it is. Yeah, no, it's not. Maybe I just bring a Berserker. Oh, his Noble Phantasm has... full beast footprints. Yeah. Yes. Probably good. Oh, not this one. Oh, the Monte Cristo one. Oh, he was over here, wasn't he? Okay. I feel like I have a better 3-star that can slot into here than Shufu. Question is,
Maybe Kiyohime? I don't know, 3-star Berserker who's not grailed at all, though. Probably gonna get obliterated. Ku actually might not be bad. But I don't want to swap. Cause yeah, Gaibolg is quick. Let's do. Actually, I want Sure Hit, not Ignore Invincible, don't I? Because of their evades, or does Ignore Invincible? I always forget. Does Ignore Invincible work on evade? Same? Okay. Alright, this is fine. Yeah. Okay. Oh, really? This many mashes right out the gate? Slightly frustrating. Oh, right, can't be so. Okay, well. We just gotta try and do what damage we can, I guess. Really unfortunate it gave me only one Draco, but alright, better start at least. Okay, I would like Mash. I'm sorry. Okay, they don't have Ignore Invulnerability right now though, so I can do this. And she can tank it. Wow. Well, except for that one that hits everything. That's right. Or it's not alright. Okay, Bassett, you get out of there for now. Of Ku. Come do his Ku thing. There we go. The guts is annoying, but I expected that.
赤いトゲは茨のごとくってな。
酒を皿を
Even
持
if
て
it is still frustrating, but whatever.
毒味はいらん。どうした照準捉えました。
I'm stunning you.
任せろ。
皿を持て金を持て。
そら。
うまい。そこだ。胃も食べる。
Draco, I need you to live. Please, okay. Noble Phantasm.
パラドクスエフェクターセット。皿を持て。はい。七つの竜よ、我が指となるがよい。抱くお菓子。
Okay, one better, a lot better shape this time. That's for sure.
ま、三つ星程度よな。はっ。照準捉えました。
Thank you, Mashi. Okay. It's fine.
んじゃあまあぶちかますかね。
世の力を見よ。欲望が回っている。愉快愉快。酒を持て。はい。ふん。まずい。
Thank you for critting Mash. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Okay. Draco's gone. That's not the worst thing in the world. And we still have Nobu after. Damn. I can't tell if he looks cool or if he looks really fucking corny. I low-key feel like he looks kind of corny. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, see AoE or single target? Single enemy, okay. This will be my first time seeing his. Actually, isn't it? Maybe I used it once before. I'm not sure. Maybe I used it once before. That was vaguely familiar, actually. Okay, just the assassin left. We're good. Rip Kukulane. You will be missed. Okay. And we just take him to Pound Town. Guaranteed crit. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. And dead. Okay.
讐するは我に
Yeah,
あ
it's
り
not that bad as long as you have a bunch of ignore invincible CEs. Not bad at all, actually. Could have been much, much worse. Thank ye for the quad. Okay, this will be the last section for today, but before I do that, I need to go... Actually, let me do this first. I need to go just really quick, take something out of the freezer before it pops. Damn. Damn. Okay. Be back in one second. Okay. Alright, Koyanskaya. We beat your army. What now? What say ye? To a wee bit of surrender, hey? Now, she wouldn't surrender. She ain't the type to surrender. Unless... no, definitely not. Huh. Here I go. Flaming thunder, come to me. Rip. I almost feel bad for those things. Now, diving attack. Rah, leave it to me, master. Just blow the hell up, okay? The combat beast squadrons and other large lost skin have all been eliminated. We've been fighting for 4 hours now! Oh. I think we've used up too much of Master's magical energy. Let's take a breather. How are things looking, Mash? It's hard to say for certain, but we should have whittled down the enemy forces by a significant amount. And have we? That said, there's still more coming. Yeah. Yes, there's still many hostiles nearby. This isn't over yet. This one's looking pretty big. Giant. Oh. A large combat beast. And there are more groups of lost cannon combat beasts headed this way too. They just keep on coming, don't they? And they don't stop coming, they don't stop coming. They're like an endless swarm. Ugh. This is making me really thirsty. As soon as this is all over, I'm getting myself a nice cold drink. Get us through this and you can have as many as you want. So hang in there, guys. Oh. The storm border might be able to hold out against many enemies attacking all at once. But even with multiple bounded fields, the shadow border just doesn't stand a chance. Got it. Oh, hold them off. I'll just try to anyway. Right. They both look unamused. I mean, he's doing good. Been fighting Koyanskaya for 4 hours. I mean, that's pretty impressive. I was fortunate to run into the Chaldeans. They're all doing a great job. Alright then, I guess I better do my job too, or I'll never be able to show my face to Lord Yanshi Tianjun or Mother Shi Wengmu. Are you ready to meet your end, Shadow of Daji? You've changed a lot since we last met. Did you change your perfume or something? Actually, never mind. It'd be rude to ask. Now it's time. Thought keys activate. Oh? The Kunlun Mountains belong to Yanshi Chanzun, invested in the fish-tailed golden crown and the crane robes. Unite the heavens and the earth as one. An immortal aura, godly and pure, divine Shan of paradise, descend now before us. In my hands lie the peerless treasured blades, encompassing geography and astronomy alike. The 8 trigrams lie within me. With them I am on equal footing with a divine Shan. That incantation? No, wait. Is it an incantation? What do you two make of it? I think it is. Both his words and his voice are definitely infused with magical energy. I don't know much about sage arts or thought spells or whatever that is, but I do get the sense he's saying some really crazy stuff. I know, right? I'm pretty sure I heard something about a divine Shan in there. He's basically declaring that he's just as powerful as a materialized divine Shan class being. Huh? Divine Shan? Shan. If I recall correctly, divine Shan are similar to divine spirits, but from Chinese mythology. Is that right? Yep, that's them. Though they're more like actual gods than divine spirits, much like the Skadi in Scandinavia, or the 12 Olympians. Basically, they're super advanced beings with powerful mystics, and overwhelmingly strong spirit origins and spiritual ranks. Damn, seriously? That's one hell of a claim, Tai Gong Wang. Indeed it is, but I, for one, have no trouble believing him. If his exploits as described in the Investiture of the Gods are anywhere close to reality, then he is absolutely strong enough to rival a divine Shan. He did supposedly kill Gao Yoshan, one of the 4 saints of Ling Shao Palace, on Nine Dragon Island in a single blow. Whoa, and here I'd always had this image of him as just a tactician. He was a famed general and a practitioner of Taoism, powerful enough to rival a divine Shan. Normally that'd be super reassuring right now, but I can't help but worry about that incantation. After all, even if he does have ties to her, he's still making this declaration to one of the most powerful beings in mythology. Seems like a pretty risky move to me, but maybe it's just normal for him? Maybe? Or then again, maybe that's just how far he has to push himself to take Daji down. Here in this world, I am the embodiment of Yushu. Here in this world, I am the enactor of Feng Shen. I swear here and now, under the mandate of the heavens, I shall defeat this god and usher in a holy dynasty. Prepare to be sealed away forever, shadow of the Millennium Fox Spirit. In the name of the Mother Goddess Nuwa of the 3 Sovereigns, know that the virtuous fruits of Taoism are not found in this world, Fox. Dai Yao Sheng Hua, Feng Shen Yang Yi. Again, I probably butchered the hell out of that. Again, this might work if she was all Daji, but I don't know if it'll work on this particular incarnation. But hey, you know, it's always good to try, I guess. Yeah. Oopsies. Huh? I'm so sorry. It was such a weak, bounded field noble phantasm, I couldn't help myself. Huh? Huh? That's weird. Well, shit! That was my anti-beast noble phantasm tailored specifically for Daji's shadow. It had the power of the 12 golden immortals. And it did nothing! I wonder why! Huh? Huh? Taigong Wang? Buffalo? No way. Any explanation there, Koyanskaya? Any at all? Any, you know, care to explain? No? Maybe? Ah, that was hilarious. I wish I'd brought a camera crew. Oh, that build-up for a complete flop. You're quite the entertainer, aren't you? I thought you were a most unusual heroic spirit. Were you a court jester or something? Taigong. No. Oh. I was planning to have my children overwhelm you by weight of numbers, but that's not an elegant solution. Since you've put on such a good show, it's only right that I return a favor, no? I guess. So I'll play along with your game and put on a little performance of my own. This fog. This body you Chaldean someone's helped me discover is a bit worn out. But it should suffice for the occasion. After all, there's no great detective here this time, and I don't see any sign of Athena or Ares Clarinomia either. Our magical energy readings are suddenly skyrocketing. It's just like we saw in Olympus. I'm seeing spatial erosion in your vicinity too. She really is a beast. Now, what sort of fighting forces do you have? Ah, yes. There's the hilarious court jester, though I'm still not sure who you are. So it seems the only halfway decent fighters you have are the Dragon Rider and the Divine Spirit. Rude? What about Mash? I see the Divine Spirit has quite the nasty little sword, but it doesn't look like she's unlocked its full potential. That just leaves the pitiful imitation human girl, and... oh right, I almost forgot. You're here too, aren't you, Master? I don't have any particular attachment to you personally. That black barrel of yours is a very good weapon, though. And by good, I do mean terrible. As the executive director of NFF Services, I have to commend your accomplishments. But as a beast, I find you the worst sort of trash this planet has to offer. Well, fuck you too. Her magical energy is still spiking higher, and her physical mass just transformed into something enormous. I can't believe the sheer mass of her spirit origin. You guys actually fought this thing back in Olympus? Something tells me it's not quite the same. Thought keys, activate. I don't think that's gonna do anything, man. In my hands lie the peerless blades. Encompassing geography and astronomy alike. The 8 trigrams lie within me. Yushu Yishan, Fengshan Shixing. Oh wow! That was my second anti-beast noble phantasm. It's cast on my allies. I just hope this one works. You don't sound all that confident. Oh yeah, after what just happened. Snap out of it already. We've come this far together, so I'm gonna get serious again. Oh, Oh, it's referring to control. Oh. Damn, so Emiya is throwing around, well, imitations of even more legendary blades than I thought. Like, I knew they were famous, I didn't... But I kind of just assumed they were like a normal level of famous. Okay.
And now it's Happy Cat time. Color mash. Right. Albatross, I need your help. Okay, you got it. So that's the beast? Whoa, she's huge. But I don't see anyone ever choosing her for a bride. What? She looks pretty tough, but I'm not about to let her win. The bond between Mash and Ritsuka is even bigger than she is.
The blush.
Here she comes. Everyone get ready.
I'm ready. I've been ready. I've been ready all my life.
Yeah, I cannot use Habitrat. I know. Well... Any 120 bar guests? Maybe? As an 80 bar guest. And I have my bar guest at 90. Yeah, that could work. Maybe. This should be fine. Yes, this should be fine. I hope. I'll try it with this first. Advent Beast. Evil of Humanity Horde.
戦場の指揮は私が取る。貴様を下がる。私だけを見ている。
Okay. Okay, right. It's for...
私に従え。この剣にかけて。強き者。強き者。それは私に従え。強き者。それは
力を見せるぞ。飛行よれ、世の力を見よ。堕落するがいい。さら、酒を持て。
Actually, full combo. But I already buffed them all. But full combo's probably better.
皿を持て。ふん。目障り。まずい。死に絶えよ。
Thankfully, we have massive defense buffs. Charge Noble Phantasms. I'll probably regret doing that, but as long as this gets her down to like sub or not. That right? That's NP resist, isn't it? Right. Alright, it's fine. Little mistake, but it's fine. It's alright. We're fine. Ow! 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 Rude. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to me? That's fucked up.
三つ星程度よな。
この剣は法の立証。ひざまずけ。ブラックドッグ。
Honestly, yeah, I think it was a waste to use both. No, regular hit probably wouldn't have finished that health bar off. So I think it's better that I used both. Maybe I'm gonna cope and say it was the better option. Oh, thanks for the health up. Appreciate it.
敵だろう。敵ではない。はっはっ逃げるな。ジェイルブレイザー。
Haze Dazzle. Chance to evade. Okay. Draco's dead, but that's fine. Because we've got plenty of other good units waiting in the wings.
強きものそれは
Strong Eater.
私に従え。
Let's see if it hits. Why not? There we go. Nice.
いいだろう命令か。はあ。剣だけではない。この剣にかけて。この剣にかけて。いいだろう命令か。敵ではない。
Alright. And I think it ends after the break bar, right? I think it did in Olympus. Samsara Koyanskaya. Or not. I thought it ended after the break bar. Okay, I guess it didn't. Maybe I'm misremembering.
一緒にやる？
You know, let's do all quick. Get quick stars.
割と頑張ってる。見えなくて当然。
弱い。弱い。私に従え。
Okay. Actually, it might just be better to go full guaranteed crit bar guess rather than using this. It actually might be. But the chance to stun would be nice. Yes, try for the stun.
命令かいいだろう
I think in terms of raw damage, the Bargus actually would be
我が血よ
better
り天
maybe,
馬と
but
共に生まれし者よ剣持ちて
The stun,
怪物
I think,
の
is-
父たる者よ我が魔眼にて汝を祝福するクリューサー
Nice.
オール
Alright, one more hit. And
命令的ではない
well, not dead, because I assume we don't actually beat her until the last section.
楽しみ
But
にしていたのだ
you know, this version, this fight's done at the very least. What a strange feeling. It almost feels like I'm hitting cotton candy? No, it's not quite right. There's something about her that makes my hair stand on end. I don't even know how to describe this feeling, but I don't like it. I can say this second noble phantasm of yours is working pretty well, though. That's good. True, I do get the sense she doesn't like it. What do you think, Taigong? I suppose. However, its output is far too low. It's not even giving you 10% of the power I expected it to. And then there's the lack of feedback from our attacks. It can only mean this beast is not actually Dodgy's shadow. It's either just an alter ego of sorts, or a clone. Nothing more. Huh? It's a little shocking to hear a mere clone's this strong, but it does explain some things. Like why hitting her feels like hitting a cloud. Just dealing with the clones taking everything I've got. Healing everyone's exhaustion's also proving difficult. That's the truth, much as I wish it wasn't. I admit it, I failed big time, and I'm usually so good about succeeding at times like this too. If a little characterization was all it took to get anywhere, we'd never have any problems at all. True. Huh. You're right. Thank you, Master of Chaldea. Foe? Yes, you're exactly right. I am Taigong Wang. I am a hero inscribed in humanity, and a great tactician who managed to defeat a massive empire. And what's more, I'm also the extraordinary hope of the Kunlun Mountains. 3,000 years ago, I was a match for the 12 Golden Immortals, even while I was still just a Taoist practitioner. So of course I can and will do something about this. Are you all done flailing at me now? No? Then I guess this is goodbye. I hope you don't mind, but I'll be letting my children take it from here. Coward. Yeah, you knew we were right on the verge of beating you, right? We were right there. Coward. I'm detecting multiple hostiles again, and there are even more of them than we fought earlier. Uh-oh, that's not good. Yeah, no, it's really not. Shh. I recommend an immediate retreat, Master of Chaldea. Let's fall back to the shadow border for now. Should we be leading them to the... okay. Allow me. I feel like we shouldn't be going back there at this moment, but... alright. Huh? Yikes. How did a 3-meter beauty pop in here all of a sudden? Sorry about that. I didn't know I was gonna be sent here. Whew. I almost ended up in here with my mount. Good thing he turned into a spirit form in time. A simultaneous group transport spell? That must be the same Earth evasion spell you used earlier.
Director Gordolf, would you mind taking control of the Shadow Border? I would like you to get as far away from here as you can, as quickly as you can.
Alright. Why are you a projection and not here physically? Taigong? Buddy?
Wait, what about you? Don't tell me you're still outside the border.
Taigong?
Well, yes I am actually.
Taigong?
I'm going to draw Koyanskaya's children away from you.
Okay, well, I guess that gets rid of the concern I had about bringing them to the border, but will you be okay? So you can put as much distance between them and you as possible.
If you wouldn't mind. But what about you? So what? You're valiantly sacrificing yourself? How disappointing. And here I thought we could speak as equals.
The last thing I need is a bad melodrama.
Not at all. Me sacrifice myself?
Of course I would never do anything like that. Don't be ridiculous.
I'm a tactician, an army's commander dying before the battle's end. Abandoning one's troops to their own devices, that would be the height of irresponsibility. It would be doing each and every one of my soldiers a disservice, and a dereliction of my duty to the world at large. So no, I'm not sacrificing myself. The truth is, this is all an illusion. I may have mass, life force, magical energy, and even servant aura, but I myself am not actually here anymore. Oh, well now.
I had no idea you were such a magician.
Are you sure you weren't some court jester somewhere? Haha, maybe I was. But just so you know, Miss Beast, I can repeat this trick as many times as it takes. Every time you decide to go after the Shadow Border, I'll help them escape in the exact same way. And if you think seeing my technique enough times will let you figure out the trick, think again. I'm very, very good at evasion spells. I know over 200 of them, and untold combinations thereof.
How do I know you're not just talking big?
Care to see for yourself then? No, I'll pass. I'm out here on a lark anyway.
I don't have the mental or physical energy to spare for games.
I'd much rather spend my free time back home enjoying a nice siesta. Of course, if you Nickelodeons would like to come visit my headquarters, you're perfectly free to do so.
I usually turn away all visitors who show up without an appointment. But as a beast, I certainly can't turn the representatives of humanity away empty-handed. How nice of you. So the next time we meet, I'll greet you myself rather than sending a familiar to do it.
And with that, I bid you good day. See you later then.
Has anyone ever told you you're something of an odd bird? Probably.
Haha, that's not a very nice thing to say, Miss Beast. But if you must know, yes, I get that a lot.
Okay. Some schmexual tension there. It felt like. Maybe that's just me. But definitely felt like there was some tension.
Did I say intention? I meant just tension. Ah, man, that show was embarrassing, huh? Foo-foo! After all my big talk about how I'd handle her myself, my anti-beast noble phantasm did nothing. I'm sorry.
Cheer up, we never would have made it out of there alive if it wasn't for you.
Master is right. None of us would be here right now if it wasn't for your Earth evasion spell. So please don't be so hard on yourself, Taigong Wang. We're all grateful for your help. Besides, I was really hoping to avoid any further fighting back there anyway. You did great, Taigong Wang. Indeed, it was a bad matchup, that's all. And who can blame you, since it's Koyanskaya we're dealing with here. You're the reason we didn't suffer any casualties or any damage to the Shadow Border. Not to mention that we survived to have this conversation in the first place. So do cheer up, my good man. As far as I'm concerned, you're every bit the Taoist I thought you were. Foo-foo! Well that's good news for you, huh, Taigong Wang? They definitely wouldn't have let you get away with a failure that colossal in Kiev, that's for sure. Uh-huh. Don't say things that scary. If you were a bogatir, you'd be dead from sheer mortification in the Sun Prince's court. Good thing you're not, huh? Ouch. Are you throwing a pity party for yourself, Taigong Wang? Is that it? Ahem. I know my credibility is in the gutter, but there's no sense in dwelling on my many mistakes at this point. What's more, it's thanks to my grievous errors in judgment that I can now say something with new clarity. What's that? It's about her. Koyanskaya. Fair-faced golden fox. The Millennium Fox Spirit known as Daji, who brought disaster and calamity to China 3,000 years ago. Ushering in the end of the Shang Dynasty as a beast, an evil of humanity. Some also say she's one of the major figures behind Tamamo no Mae, one of the 3 great monsters of Japan. Right. Although Tamamo no Mae continues to deny that. Why don't we just leave Tamamo no Mae out of this, huh? Things are complicated enough already. Thank you. Up to this point, my hypothesis was that the being you call Tamamovich Koyanskaya was actually Daji, now transformed into a heroic spirit after her death. That is the assumption under which I materialized and prepared my special anti-beast noble phantasm. However, your second noble phantasm had some effect on her, but your first didn't work at all. The first was supposed to hit her on the inside, and the second was supposed to hit her on the outside. But the second was the only one that worked, and at less than 10% of the effect I originally envisioned, to boot. So the noble phantasms you created with Daji's shadow in mind only had limited effect on her outside. Then that must mean... Indeed. My second noble phantasm had some effect on Koyanskaya thanks to her resemblance to Daji, but since the resemblance was only surface level, my first had no effect at all. That in turn can only mean... the beast we face is not in fact Daji's shadow. Although Koyanskaya does look a lot like her, they actually have no connection whatsoever. Okay, they are completely separate beings. So she's not related to actual Tamamo then. Probably. Well damn, now I want to know more, but I said that would be the last one, and it kinda has to be. Okay. But no, she wouldn't call herself Tamamo for no reason, so it has to be... I don't know, some fucky going on. Something real funky.
Also, is she like not concerned at all about us? Like she just let us get away. Like, I don't know. Cause she knows the location of the Shadow Border. In that, she could have just had some spawn around the border away from Taigong Wang. Like, there was a way around his... Unless she can only spawn things in her immediate area. But I feel like that's really unlikely. Because technically this whole thing is her immediate area because it's her, literally her body. So... I don't know, that seems odd. I don't know. I guess next time we'll see what she's really playing at and what her end goal for this was. Because there's no way she intended to just live until maturity and then... Because there's no humans for her to try and wipe out right now. Aside from whatever humans might be living in the 7th Lost Belt. It's like, what was her end goal of being here and maturing and potentially expanding her biosphere? Like, I assume that was the goal, was to have her biosphere encompass the whole planet at some point. Maybe? And she would need the power of a beast to be able to expand herself that far? Like a fully matured beast? I don't know. But I guess that's a question that'll have to be found out next time. Yeah, which I was planning on doing 3 days straight of this, but I actually have to take a day tomorrow because I have to help with yard work. But we should be able to finish this the next day, so Wednesday, and see what the hell going on. And also, I'm wondering where the whole love of, again, maybe it's her love of torturing humans, where her love for humanity comes from and why she qualifies as a beast. But I feel like that wouldn't count. Maybe.
Senpai,
I don't know. I feel like it shouldn't count, but
外出の際は帽子の着用や水分補給などしっかりと暑さ対策を行ってくださいね。
I'm not sure. But anyway. Like I said, that'll do it. And yeah, hopefully we get or I get whatever. I get the answers to all the burning questions I have about her. I remember you guys saying that like the explanation behind Koyanskaya isn't very, like, people weren't happy with it. So I'm bracing for disappointment, but I don't know. I'm gonna hope it's not as disappointing as you guys said it was. Because, man, they built her up across 80%, 85%, 88% of part 2, and then just fumble at the very end. Like, I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't do that, right? Like, there's no way they would fumble that hard. I don't know. Again, maybe I'm just coping, but we'll have to see if it's cope or not next time. So yeah, I'll do it. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you later. Peace.